Hey people, welcome back to my channel. So in this video I am going to bake just a small sweet potato pudding. So I am using 2.5 pounds of sweet potato, and this is the yellow belly sweet potato. See it? Yellow belly, right? The orange belly sweet potato is not good, whether to use it to bake potato pudding or to eat. It is too watery. This is the right one. So you have the orange belly, you have the white belly, and you have the yellow belly. I do not like the white belly sweet potato either. I never sweet. It tastes awful. This one is the best one, yellow belly. So what I'm going to do is to peel this, and then I'm going to grate it. I'm also going to use a piece of yellow yam. This is 1 pound, but I'm not going to use the entire 1 pound. And what the yellow yam does is to bind the pudding together, giving it a gummy taste. Jamaican sweet potato pudding is gummy. I'm talking about the traditional one. You don't know, say a traditional thing me deal with already now. You understand? Some people use cornmeal. I do not want any cornmeal. I'm dealing with tradition. So it's piece of yellow yam, and this is to bind the pudding, as we say in Jamaica. So you can use the yellow yam or you can use piece of dasheen. So what I'm gonna do is to peel this, then I'm gonna grate it, and then I will come back. Okay, so the sweet potatoes are peeled. So now I am gonna grate them using a grater. And this is the yam. I am going to use the entire 1 pound of yellow yam. Therefore, I am going to use maybe just half cup of flour, because it is sweet potato pudding. So you don't want a lot of flour in it. The flour is just there to bind it. You understand? Because the sweet potato alone cannot stand on its own. So you need foundation. So that's what the flour acts like, a foundation. So you can't fill up a pudding of flour, because you're not making flour pudding, you're making sweet potato pudding, right? So the sweet potato should be more than the flour. So I am going to use the 1 pound of yam, and this will bind it. Then I'm going to use probably half cup to 1 cup of flour, not sure yet. No baking powder is added to pudding. Pudding should be heavy in texture and not light. Cake is light. Pudding is heavy. It should be heavy. So no baking powder. So what I'm gonna do now is to grate the sweet potato first, and then I'm gonna grate the yam. And as you can see, the yam and the sweet potatoes are in separate containers, because the yam scratch or the yam itch. So I can't afford for a touch it up. So the only time I'm supposed to touch it is when I go grate it, and then I have to go wash my hand. You understand? So that's why I have it in a separate container. So I will be right back. People, I'm back. So now the sweet potatoes and the yellow yam combined together. So I grate them. Yes, so the yam in here. So what I do now is to combine the yam and the potato. Kind of bind them together, because you want to build the foundation. Right? So I don't normally write the recipe in the description box, but you can look in the description box for this recipe to know the amount of ingredients to use. Yes, so set that aside. So this is 2 cups of coconut milk. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna pour the sugar in here, but this needs a bigger container. Alright, so let's put this aside. Set this aside first. Alright, so to the coconut milk I'm gonna add 1/4 cup of brown sugar, and I am gonna add another 1/4 cup of brown sugar. I am also gonna add vanilla, and this is vanilla flavoring, and this is about 2 teaspoons. 1 drop, 2 drops. So that is 2 teaspoons. Yeah. So I'm also gonna add some rum. Let me go get the rum. Not a lot of rum, just a little bit. So instead of using the overproof white rum, I am gonna use the coconut flavored rum, and it is from the brand Ray and Nephew, just like the overproof white rum, but I love this coconut flavored rum, white rum, right? So I am gonna add 1/2 ounce. Yeah, I'll give it a good stir. So what I'm gonna do now is to let this set this aside and allow the sugar granules to dissolve into the coconut milk along with the other ingredients that you have seen me added in it as well. So let's go on to the dry ingredients. So in this container I am gonna save 1 cup of flour, and this is all-purpose flour. And the reason for sifting it is because when you sift the flour, when you're gonna bake product or boots or whatever you call it with it, it kind of makes it light and airy. I'm also gonna pass through the strainer around 1 teaspoon of mixed spice. Mixed spice is a Jamaican thing, and it's what gives the Jamaican baked products the Jamaican taste. Yes, this is mixed spice, trust me, best thing when it comes to baking. Cinnamon powder, around 1 teaspoon. And remember that the Jamaican traditional sweet potato pudding, they have no only by ingredients. No, just a few ingredients, trust me. And I am gonna add some salt. I'm gonna add around 1 teaspoon of salt, and if it needs more salt, when I'm mixing it, I will add it. So that's about it for the dry ingredients. Oh, nutmeg. One more ingredient, grated nutmeg, around 1/2 teaspoon. So now I'm just gonna use a spoon and just to combine everything like so. So now what I'm gonna do is to transfer the sweet potato, grated sweet potatoes, and the yam into the flour mixture as well. And if you're asking me about baking powder again, no baking powder is added to it because the sweet potato pudding should have a heavy texture, right? So what I'm gonna do now is to kind of combine everything together before adding the wet ingredients. And this is a bit kind of tight, yes, because the yam is combining or is binding the sweet potato. You know, you can actually taste this now to see if more sugar is needed. So now I am gonna pour in the mixture little by little. Pour and stir. My grandmother used to say pour and turn. Pour and turn. Yeah. This is a good workout. Yeah. Pour, turn, and chop. That's what my grandmother used to say. You pour, turn, because you see some dry ingredients. So you want to make sure that you mix it out properly. And chop. It still needs more mixture. So I'm just gonna use all of this. So last but not least, 2 teaspoons of melted butter. And that's it. Lord, no make it pudding crack for me today. Yeah. Me don't want it pudding crack. Lord have mercy. You know some pudding crack up like road map. Or like when Moses a part Red Sea. I pray that this not turn out so come I can't bother. Everything alright. See like this is a normal greasy baking tin. And pour it in there. Alright, so my greasy baking tin. And you basically know how to do that already, right? I think this is our 9-inch. I believe some of them don't know me. I don't really know the size of baking tin them. But I believe so. And then I will pour it into the grease baking tin. This is really a big wide baking tin. Scrape it like that. Right? Be careful not to just clean up the edges like so. So now I'm going to just and that to get out the air bubbles, right? So what I'm going to do now, I go cover this for half an hour and let it rest, as my grandmother would have said. Yes, a lot of people don't do that, but me do it because of that makes my people them do. After you pour the mixture into the grease baking tin, you cover it and you let it rest for a period of time, whether half hour or 1 hour. But I'm gonna make this rest for 1 hour. Alright, so if you use an oven, in the meantime, when it's almost half hour, where you rest it for, when you're half hour almost up, you preheat the oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Yes, and you're gonna bake it in the oven for 1 to 1.5 hours or maybe 2 hours. I'm not sure, but me might put this on a cold stove. I'm not sure. Either me use the oven or a cold stove. I'm not sure yet. So what I'm gonna do now, I allow that for rest and clean up the place, and then you know when I bake it on when I come back. I'm gonna use the cold stove, and what I am gonna do now is to remove some of the coals from the cold stove and put it onto a piece of zinc, and then I am gonna put the baking tin with the pudding to bake, right? And remember, so the bottom easy to bake, so I'm gonna remove the most of the fire from the bottom and put it at top. Yes, so this is what Ella bottom, Ella top, hallelujah in the middle style of baking, Jamaican sweet potato pudding. So this is what it looks like. So I'm just gonna leave it there and let it bake, taking its own little time. You see the difference between baking it in the oven and the cold stove is that the oven tends to dry it out too much. Yeah, so sometimes I use the gas stove as well. But when I'm in no hurry, I use the coal stove. And most people prefer when the pudding is baked on a coal stove. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, some cracks are in it. I'm not a baker. Just trying my thing. Yeah, so what I'm gonna do now is to pour some coconut milk mixed with a little bit of brown sugar and vanilla over the cracks to get that wetty, as we call it in Jamaica, mata. So I'm just gonna pour it all over the cracks. Right there in the middle. To get that wet look that we call mata or wetty. So I'm gonna cover it and for about what 20-25 minutes more. So this is what my sweet potato pudding looks like. So it is very hot right now. I am gonna let it cool. Thanks for watching. Subscribe to my channel and click the notification bell so that you will know when I uploaded a new video. That's the post notification bell, the little bell icon. Just click it when you subscribe. God bless.